What is up, Cowboys Nation? Your boy Mike Tag here, just chilling in the Cowboys cave. Got done with a little work. Now thinking got the Cowboys on my mind before I get started, man. You guys make sure you hit that like. Make sure, if you're new to the channel, definitely appreciate that. Make sure you hit that subscribe so you can be part of the Cowboys Cave family. We're going to get this thing rolling this off season. We're going to see what's going on, get the Cowboys on the right path to get that championship we all been waiting for way too long, if you know what I'm saying. So, and we got our Cowboys Cave tailgate party, third annual tailgate party. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So we're going to have to figure out what game we're going to do that. So you don't want to miss nothing. So hit that subscribe. Make sure you do that thumbs up on these videos, man. It helps the brothers out. And then also hit that alert button because you can see your boy comes in at a moment's notice anytime I got something on my mind or I want to talk to Cowboys Nation. So just a couple things real quick. Obviously, you guys saw the news with Zeke. Zeke is moving on to the Los Angeles Chargers after his release with the Dallas Cowboys. And you know what, man? We wish, at least I do, and hopefully you guys do as well, man. Wish him the best. I mean, hopefully it works out for him. Hopefully he gets an opportunity to play in the playoffs. Chargers, I know they've had some injury issues with running backs, so maybe he can provide them a little bit of depth and help them out. So definitely wouldn't mind seeing that. Now I'm surprised an Ohio State running back would go play for a Michigan coach, but that's for another subject. But other than that, good college football playoff games, NFL playoffs getting started this weekend. So, man, a lot of good football to keep an eye on. Disappointed, obviously, our Cowboys aren't in it, which leads me to the other topic that I wanted to talk about a little bit with you guys and would love to get your opinion and get your comments. And that's about Coach Mike McCarthy. Should he come back to Dallas? Does he want to come back to Dallas? He's not under contract. His contract expires next week. So, you know, Cowboys may want him, but he may not want the Cowboys. He might say, you know what, I'm done with this circus, man. I'm going to move on. So we'll see what happens with that. I think if Dallas offers him, I think he's going to want to stay. I would like to see him stay. I've been a supporter of Mike McCarthy. I think he brings a sense of calmness to the Dallas Cowboy players. I think he just focuses on football. He lets Jerry do all the BS that Jerry wants to do. He just keeps his eyes on the, focus at the task at hand. I mean, obviously you wish Jerry would take his hands off a little bit, give McCarthy more of the power and the ability to put his mark on this team. Some of the players have talked about it when interviewed about do they want McCarthy back. I haven't found, obviously, a player yet that isn't a fan of McCarthy. They've played hard for him in hard times. He's had 3 12-win seasons. The only non-winning seasons he's had in his time here in Dallas is when he lost his quarterback for the year, and then this year pretty much lost everybody. So I was shocked they won 7 games with all the injuries. I'll be honest with you. They won some games that they probably shouldn't have won, and actually lost a couple games they probably should have won, even with all the injuries. So I'd like to see him back. I'd like to see him finish this thing out. I think this team does have the talent. I think a couple things that obviously they're going to have to address is they got to get more active in free agency. They don't have to make a splash in free agency, but they've got to go after some veterans to fill certain needs that you don't want to, through the draft. And to me, defensive line, defensive tackle, I think you can get that through free agency. I think their offensive line, I like their offensive line. I think they got a young offensive line. They got better as the season went on. I think Hoffman's got some nasty to him. Beebe, Bass, Steele seemed to get better as the year went on. I'm still not sold on him, so I would still be looking for a right tackle. Guyton, he got thrown to the Wolves. I mean, he had his ups and downs, and he had his several downs, so make no mistake about it. But I think he can get to that next level with a good offseason and all of that with the team. It's about them gelling with the offensive line. I've said it before with the line in the 90s. People forget they weren't all first round blue chip guys. They were just some nasty guys, but they bonded together and they built a unit together, played together for a number of years, and that's what made them so great. I mean, it made them so great. So I think that you can address through free agency. What I want in this draft, and I've said it if you watch our live shows, man, I want superstars. I want playmakers. I want them to go after those big positions like receiver, running back, cornerback, pass rusher. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see this very heavy in the draft for 2025. If they do that, they give McCarthy some veteran free agents that he can work with, that Zimmer, if he returns, can work with, because all these coaches are on one-year deals. There's no guarantee for any of them really, and it works both ways, like I said. So it's going to be interesting. The Bears have reached out to ask permission to talk to Coach McCarthy. Cowboys, at the time of this recording, they have yet to give permission or respond to the request. So that just makes you think that they are working on a new contract for Mike McCarthy. So I know some of you guys are probably going to be pissed off about it, but I'll say it again. Who are you going to get? Who are they getting if they get rid of McCarthy? Not who you want, but who is Jerry going to get? And sometimes I'd rather deal with the known than the unknown. And the thing I know about McCarthy is when healthy, they've won a lot of football games. Now, they got to win in the playoffs. They got to win more in the playoffs, but that's on the players. I mean, coaches, yeah, but the players, they got something to say about that too. We need our superstars to play like superstars in those big games. That's the big difference. You got to elevate your game. The best players got to elevate their game when the games matter most. You go look at all those Super Bowl teams. Look at the ones obviously from the 90s. Look at Aikman, Irvin, and Emmett. They elevated their game. They got even better in the playoffs, and that's what it's about. So I think this team, depending on the offseason, it's not this big overhaul that I've heard some people talk about, 3 or 4 year draft process. Give me a break. I mean, look at the Denver Broncos. Look how quickly they've turned it around. This team has a core group of talent. They just need good role players and a couple playmakers that they can get in the draft to really turn this thing around and get things right back where they were and elevate it even more. So that's just my take. I don't know what your take is. I don't know if you guys think I'm full of shit or if you agree or disagree. But more importantly, I want your opinion, and I want you guys hit that subscribe, hit that like, hit the share. We're going to be live. Kelly K9 and I will be live this week. We're also we got our live shows on Monday. We're going to take you all the way through the end of the season, and then we'll get started with the off season. We've got interviews with former players, former legends of the game. We're going to get them in the cave. We're going to be talking a lot of draft. We're going to be talking a lot of free agency. So you don't want to miss it, man. You love hanging out in the cave with Mike Tag and the crew. So make sure you guys do it. I appreciate all the love for this season. It's been a tough season on all of us. It has tested our fandom. It has made us figure out, what way we're going to go. But to me, I'm DC for life. I can't help it. I understand some jump ship, but if it's the Titanic, man, I'm just going to have to go down with it. But I still believe this team can get it right in 2025. It comes down to that man, Jerry Jones. He's got to get his stuff together and start getting that focus back on football and winning. And winning is over everything, and that's the bottom line. So hopefully we'll get it rolling. I appreciate it. Hope to see you on the live show. Peace.